part of me thinking like, shit, maybe I should go back. I am happy for the boys. Like, if anything, I feel like they're performing better without me.
Bro, the situation's been a bit mad, but I still love the boys. I hope the best for them. But bro, I left because I needed more time for myself. If I'm being honest, yeah.
Was Simon actually taking that much time out of you?
The decision had fans looking at the situation sideways, wondering if burnout was really the whole story, or if KSI was ready to move past the group that helped make him famous and chase something much bigger and more mainstream. It all kicked off with a video where KSI explained that he was leaving the Sidemen, calling it one of the hardest decisions he had ever had to make. And according to him, this wasn't some random move made overnight. KSI said he had been going back and forth for months, seriously trying to figure out what he wanted his future to look like. He also opened up about burnout, those long filming schedules, and the non-stop pressure of always having to show up and create content.
Like, bro, he was carrying that whole group, taking an equal percentage as all of them. Like, why the f is he going to do that moving forward? Like, why is he going to do it? In business, it's not how business works. So, sooner rather than later, like, he had to do this if he wants to elevate. It doesn't fucking make sense to be carrying 6 man. I do rate a couple of them. Well, to be honest, I rate one of them. So I'm not actually throwing shade on them like that. But, like, realistically, business-wise, KSI's carrying them. So, why the f is he going to invest his time like that?
From his side, it sounded like the grind had been catching up with him for a while. But things got way more awkward when people started looking at how the announcement actually landed with the rest of the Sidemen. Simon, one of KSI's closest friends in the group, briefly revealed that he didn't even know the video was going to drop when it did. That little detail had fans talking because if someone that close to KSI wasn't expecting the timing, it raised some serious questions about how the whole situation went down. KSI had also made comments about how he saw his role within the group's content and where he believed his own career was heading. Once the news dropped, those older moments came flying back across social media, and suddenly people were looking at them very differently.
The news that has just been dropped, I didn't know that video was going out now, so I'm expecting a lot of people to just ask me about that.
Fans started connecting the dots, wondering whether those comments had hinted at his mindset long before the decision became public, even though that was still just speculation. Yeah, and one of those older discussions really caught people's attention. KSI talked about how groups naturally tend to have one standout figure, the person who eventually becomes the most recognizable face.
Internet's reaction to you leaving was what you expected it would be, or is it worse?
I knew it would be bad.
Yeah.
But holy fuck. Holy. Bro, I was not ready for the heat.
Yeah.
It was insane.
I was going nuts in my burner, bro. Fuck yeah.
No, bro, it was bad, bro. I was there, like, in all corners of the internet.
Yeah.
I was getting destroyed. I was there, like, man, this...
You know...
That part of me thinking, like, shit, maybe I should go back.
Are you not? It was a joke.
No, I'm
Please
sorry,
let me
guys.
back
My
in,
bad.
boys.
Yeah. We're getting by now, man.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
Slow and steady.
It's still there, but, you know, I'm just...
Because I couldn't imagine like all that shit kicks off and you're like, oh, okay, fine, I'll take my mind off it. Let me just doom scroll.
I would.
Oh wait.
What it was, bro, my doom scroll was just me getting shit on repeatedly.
I wonder if anyone's still like thinking like, nah, when's this forfeit shit gonna be done?
Oh my god, the amount of people that were messaging going, oh, is it a forfeit? Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucking me off.
And I was there like, you guys, come on, lock in.
I had
bro.
people in my apartment building stopping me from getting in the lift. Like, can you tell me to change this shit? Sure. I was like, bro, I just picked
I was at the pub. I was at the pub up
up
north. Like, did he actually leave? I was like, yeah.
anywhere and everywhere in the street.
You're not gonna work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I am happy for the boys. Like, if anything, I feel like they're performing better without me.
Bro, you left. They went, did America trip.
Yeah.
They're killing it. They're killing it. Shout out to them.
I'm like, shit, bro, maybe I was holding them back.
He also said that, from an outside perspective, he could understand why people connected him so strongly with the Sidemen, especially because he already had major success and visibility before the group became what it is today. Back then, the comments didn't seem like some huge controversy. They were simply part of a wider conversation about fame, popularity, and how group dynamics work. But after KSI's announcement, that old clip came right back into the spotlight. Suddenly, people were picking apart his words and interpreting them far more critically than before. At the same time, people started putting KSI's solo content under the microscope, because his direction had already been changing for the past couple of years.
Most groups or all groups, there's always like a Harry Styles, or in One Direction, or a Beyonce in Destiny's Child. You could argue that I am that of the Sidemen.
I'm the guy that going, we need to make a change. We need to make a change. Let's do something. Let's switch it up. And then everyone's pointing at me, being like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and of course, say no more. Then I'm gonna do my own thing, which you have done.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, so then how could you come in here and say,
like, even the fans are there like, bro, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, so
and I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah, because that's what they like, but that's your core fan.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, so then now I hope you can understand as to why we've decided to do this structure.
I get it.
Because we're actually dropping heat.
Quality over quantity. Yeah, I get it. I don't know. Like I've always pushed the guys, and I'm sure they're gonna be sick of this, me saying this, but I've always pushed them saying like, we should be a global entity.
100%.
We should be huge. Some of the guys just don't care for that though.
Yeah.
Some of the guys are
it's
just
comfortability though, bro.
Happy to be comfortable.
But okay, in terms of your group, is it like a democracy where it's 4 votes?
4 votes, yeah. Which is fair,
Yeah, it's fair. But you're saying to me that it's 6v1.
No.
So some people
Simon's on my end.
Okay.
Simon's on my side.
Okay.
And Vic, to a certain degree, is on my side.
Okay, fair play.
Yeah.
So then you just have to convince the others, because guys, we want to see top quality videos.
Well, that's it. But I mean, that's why with my own channel, I'm going ham.
Yeah, no,
I'm going ham and showing everyone like it can be done.
Yeah.
And then, eventually when I do get the results,
then show them.
Then I can then go to Josh and go, look, bro.
Some fans even said it felt like KSI was taking heavy inspiration from MrBeast's style of content, although that comparison is obviously a matter of opinion. The difference was pretty easy to spot. Instead of the simple sit-down videos, laid-back moments, or casual challenges people remembered, the focus seemed to shift toward bigger and louder concepts. We're talking extreme challenges, massive money stakes, wild situations, and flashy setups built to grab attention fast. To some viewers, it looked like KSI was moving toward a more polished, mainstream YouTube formula, where every idea had to feel bigger, crazier, and impossible to ignore on the homepage. That shift in style quickly became another major piece of the conversation.
Or unusual situations that feel engineered to stand out on the homepage.
Like these are some serious views. 7.6. Like he's genuinely by himself getting views to rival that channel. Like, and obviously as well, like he's got, did you see this? 10 mil, I swear that was on more. Oh no, this 83 mil on a $1 versus 50,000 katana. That's crazy. Like in my opinion, he's got his sight set on YouTube and he's just going like, I want to be that type of creator, like go global. And he said it on the pod, didn't he? Like, I want to go that big with personality as well.
So this is what the Sidemen were holding KSI back from. Yeah, you can see in his eyes that he is exactly where he wants to be in life. No, he's not that old, but is this the YouTube equivalent of like a midlife crisis? Sidemen aren't really my thing, okay? I don't really care. I know people are super into them though. The main appeal of this group, as far as I'm aware, is that they're really relatable. They're like a relatable group of mates. They're all really successful content creators, but they're a relatable group of mates that have got great chemistry and they have a laugh together. That's what makes them click as a group. That's what's made them so successful. KSI has walked away from that incredibly relatable brand that could seemingly go on forever because he wants to be more like MrBeast. He literally said so himself. He said he wants to compete with MrBeast. Guy who gets 4 billion views a month but has no fan base. Guy who literally just works the algorithm to produce the highest numerical result possible and whose name is synonymous with slop. Human brand whose corporatizing impact on content creation as an industry has birthed the term the MrBeastification of various things as a negative. KSI is trying to be MrBeast at a time where everyone is kind of sick of MrBeast. This overstimulating, oversaturated, numbers above everything style of content, this corporate slop.
Some viewers felt KSI's videos were becoming more focused on massive scale, slick packaging, and instantly clickable ideas, while losing some of the personality-driven moments that originally made his content feel more raw and personal. Others pushed back, saying this kind of evolution makes sense when a creator reaches KSI's level, especially when they're juggling multiple businesses, partnerships, and projects at once. And YouTube wasn't the only thing taking up his time.
Mama, fool you later. Suey! I love bro so much. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Title of the video, I'm no longer with the Sidemen.
Years back, he left the group during that whole diss track era in the UK scene, and it was more of a setup for music drama than anything real.
Over the past few years, KSI has stepped deeper into the business world. He became one of the co-founders of Prime, the hydration drink brand that exploded in popularity across multiple markets. He also co-launched Lunchly alongside other major creators. Those ventures pushed his name far beyond regular YouTube content, putting him in front of a much wider mainstream audience and raising another question among fans. Just how much had his priorities changed? Lunchly didn't exactly have a quiet launch either. It faced heavy backlash online, with creators and viewers debating the product, its purpose, and how it was being marketed. All of these business moves added another layer to the way people viewed KSI's career. He clearly wasn't only focused on making videos anymore, he views our...
And all the boys, myself included, we've all come to terms with that decision and we respect it. Obviously, it was a bit of a shock to us when he initially told us, but that we've come to terms with it, we've accepted it, and like we get it. There comes a time in your life as a human where you have to make a decision that is right for you, or you got to end up living with regret. Let me cut the music, sorry. There comes a time in life where you have to make a decision that's right for you, or you end up living with regret.
He was building brands and expanding into completely different lanes. Because of that, some fans started wondering whether leaving the Sidemen was part of a much bigger change in his priorities. Sidemen content is still massively successful, but it depends on everyone showing up, working around shared schedules, and committing serious time to recurring videos and group formats. Meanwhile, KSI's plate had become stacked with businesses, television appearances, boxing, music, brand deals, and other projects. So when the announcement finally dropped that KSI was leaving the Sidemen, plenty of fans initially weren't buying it. A lot of viewers thought this had to be another fake-out, joke, or content stunt, especially because JJ had pulled similar moves before. But this time, the situation appeared much more serious.
We just want to know, Simon, what do you actually like? Yes, it's real. That's I don't know what else to tell you. Aaron David, a tier 3 for a year, you know. Thank you so much.
I told the boys that I'm going to overtake them in views and subs eventually. And
how many? I mean, who does the?
I have overtaken them in views last month.
But when you say the boys, I mean, who are the big content creators?
Sidemen.
Yeah, I know, but Harry doesn't really make.
No, as the group.
Oh, you're outperforming the Sidemen channel.
I'm outperforming the Sidemen channel. Yeah.
Years ago, KSI had already left the Sidemen during that whole diss track era in the UK YouTube scene, but that situation ended up being tied more to music drama and entertainment than a permanent breakup. So this time around, fans had that classic boy who cried wolf mindset. Even if the announcement sounded serious, plenty of people were still waiting for the punchline, another video, or some surprise return. But while the internet was going crazy with theories, Toby stepped in and gave his side of what was happening.
Back off, Dan.
I'm pretty sure he backed off there. He just made his one tweet and that was
made his one tweet and I'm going to be on his ass forever now. Yeah, bro, you mess with the wrong brother.
I think it's a nightmare. I don't think you need to, honestly. I think he's said his piece and you've had a little cry.
No, yeah, and I will continue to cry.
He explained why KSI had decided to leave and tried to shut down some of the wilder speculation spreading online. According to Toby, JJ didn't walk away because of secret drama, beef, or some behind-the-scenes fallout with the Sidemen. He said it was simply a personal decision that JJ felt he needed to make for his own life and future. Toby also talked about just how intense KSI's life had become. From the outside, people see the videos, the big events, and the flashy moments, but JJ is constantly working behind the scenes. He's balancing music, YouTube, boxing, businesses, brand deals, and other projects all at once. Toby made the point that this kind of schedule is seriously difficult to maintain, and most people probably wouldn't understand the pressure unless they were living it themselves. Then there's the Sidemen schedule, which creates another problem. With 7 members involved, filming depends on everyone finding time in their calendars at the same time.
It's so stupid, dude.
Yeah,
people are so dumb. As much as I believe in people and like the up and coming generations and the world, and I hope we're headed in the right spot, I just am. It never ceases to amaze me how dumb people are.
Hey guys, a lot's happened these past few days, and I've had a lot of time to reflect and really understand everything that's happened and all of my actions. And, you know, first of all, I want to, sorry. I want to apologize. I want to say sorry. I can't do it. Hey yo, drink Prime and eat lunch with Stay mad, damn TDM fans. Womp womp.
I've come to realize now in my adult life that hate really is just a feeling of one's own inadequacy. You're dissatisfied with your life, you're unhappy, you're angry because your wife left you.
I wouldn't be surprised if Lunchly will get a few dumb people on X, etc., being like, oh my god, they're trying to poison the kids now.
Bro literally knew that it was a trash product and called that the backlash was coming.
That means personal plans, business commitments, and other opportunities often have to work around Sidemen shoots. So when people say JJ could simply do both, Toby's point was that the reality isn't nearly that easy. Toby also pushed back hard against people blaming Sidemen editors, staff members, or other people behind the scenes for JJ's departure. According to him, a lot of what was spreading online lacked context, with speculation quickly turning into stories that weren't actually confirmed. But even after Toby tried to clear things up, some fans still weren't completely convinced. It wasn't necessarily because his explanation didn't make sense, it was because of how everything appeared to play out afterward. One detail people kept coming back to was how the announcement didn't really feel like a full group moment.
Hey, he's paused
so he's paused it.
He's like
an icon.
He's fallen
He's an
off.
icon.
So why am I even talking to this guy?
After 13 years together, some fans expected news this massive to come through a joint announcement, a group video, or at least a more open conversation involving everyone. Instead, most of the Sidemen either stayed quiet, briefly addressed the situation, or relied on a short written statement without publicly getting deep into what happened. That silence left plenty of room for speculation. Simon especially caught people's attention because of how far back his friendship with KSI goes. They've known each other since school, so naturally some fans expected Simon to give a more emotional or open response to such a massive change. Instead, he stayed pretty low-key publicly, and that had people raising eyebrows and wondering what was really going on. Then fans started watching the smaller details. Some pointed to what they saw as a lack of public interaction from the other Sidemen on KSI's announcement post, including likes or obvious reactions. On its own, that doesn't prove there was any secret tension or beef behind the scenes, but online detectives definitely noticed it. And with everyone already searching for clues, even tiny details quickly became part of the speculation.
Messi, let's go. Let's hook me up.
No, we don't like Messi. we don't
fuck with Messi.
Oh, that's... Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So even though nothing deeper has actually been confirmed, fans still feel like something might be happening behind the scenes. With all the little details piling up, people are questioning whether the full story has really been told publicly. Every time he speaks publicly, it feels like another controversy starts brewing around him. Yet for whatever reason, he just keeps talking, dropping more comments that get people heated and giving the internet even more to pick apart. But seriously, it's wild how this entire mess blew up from just one tweet. And before I show you the full crash-out spiral that followed, remember where this all started. Literally one post criticizing this situation. What happened to YouTubers, man? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust people who are selling it to them.
Messi new drink compared to Prime. Thoughts? I don't know about you, but it looks very similar to Prime. Am I right or am I right? Like, even the Ridge, like, come on, guys. Brother has just copied our homework. It's outrageous. Brother has just copied our homework. It's outrageous.
And then things went completely off the rails. Instead of letting that criticism sit, he started firing off tweet after tweet, turning one post into a massive online back and forth. And that's before even getting into all the videos that followed. Then, somehow, the situation escalated again with an apology video that had people talking just as much as the original controversy. And by this point, anyone watching could see that the criticism seemed to be getting under his skin. If the straitjacket video wasn't already enough to keep people talking, he then posted what looked like an apology on Twitter, making it seem like he was finally addressing the backlash. But there was a twist. The website linked in the post apparently didn't contain an apology at all. It redirected people to a promotional page for his new song. That move immediately had people questioning whether the whole apology was actually just another marketing stunt.
Recently passed nutrition standards set forth by the USDA for school lunches and see how Lunchly compares. Less than 10% of calories should come from saturated fat. Lunchly turkey, 23% of calories come from saturated fat. Less than 10% of calories should come from added sugars. Lunchly turkey, 10.4 comes from added sugars. But this is where things get really interesting, and for some reason no one has pointed this out. You see, USDA caloric guidelines say that a lunch meal for kids K through 8 should contain around 625 calories. Lunchly turkey contains only 230 calories. Finally, the grain guidelines state that 80% of lunch meals must be whole grain, and Lunchly turkey does not list any whole grain ingredients. It's clear Lunchly, just like Lunchables, misses the mark too many times to be considered meaningfully healthier, at least in my opinion.
And even after all that, he kept posting and responding, giving the internet even more moments to criticize and turning the controversy into what some viewers saw as an ongoing humiliation tour. At this point, a lot of people online were asking themselves the exact same thing, bro. The funny part is how he looks around the room and asks it like it's a completely genuine question, which only made the clip easier for people to clown on. Some viewers even joked that it looked like somebody behind the scenes had told him to keep firing shots back at Dan TDM, although there's no evidence that actually happened. And that's what made this whole situation hit differently. KSI originally built a huge part of his name by coming across as raw, unpredictable, and authentic. But now, some longtime viewers feel that version of him has been replaced by a much more polished, business-focused public image. Whether that criticism is fair or not, the disconnect is clearly what has people talking. This is pretty wild coming from Logan Paul, and people immediately noticed the irony. What makes it even funnier to critics is that he'll sometimes call other people dumb while presenting his own takes, like he's completely figured everything out. That contrast is exactly why moments like this get clipped, reposted, and roasted so quickly online. With Logan Paul, moments like this almost write themselves at this point. But the funniest part of the podcast came when KSI basically seemed to predict the mess that was about to follow. Listening back, it almost sounds like he already had doubts about whether this was a smart move in the first place. And considering how everything unfolded afterward, that moment hits completely different now. Bro basically seemed to know the product was going to get slammed, and he even predicted that backlash was coming. So naturally, people started asking the obvious question, should I be doing this? Because based on how that clip comes across, KSI appeared to understand that Lunchly could spark serious criticism before everything blew up online. That doesn't prove he expected every controversy that followed, but it definitely made the clip look awkward in hindsight. Now you'll never guess why they're suddenly so salty about Messi, and once you see the reason behind it, the irony becomes almost impossible to ignore. This situation practically writes its own jokes. I seriously don't know how they missed the irony here. How do you get accused of making a product that looks heavily inspired by something already on the market, then turn around and criticize somebody else for supposedly doing something similar to you? That contradiction is exactly why people were clowning the situation so hard. And critics weren't just talking about the similarities either. Lunchly also faced plenty of debate over its nutritional value and the fact that it was being marketed toward younger audiences. So for some viewers, this wasn't simply another copycat product argument. It raised bigger questions about what was actually being sold and who it was being promoted to.
It's just not true. Foods with an incredibly high sodium content and electrolyte are not considered particularly healthy. In fact, many are considered unhealthy for that reason.
Rondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
I can't expect non-medical people to get this perfect, but if you're going to stand by a children's food product being healthy, you need to hold.
Personally, I was already skeptical of the health claims surrounding Lunchly, and this whole debate only made me question them even more. But at least videos breaking down those claims can give parents more context when their kids inevitably start asking them to buy Lunchly. Honestly, this kind of backlash isn't surprising because critics have already questioned whether these products prioritize hype and profit over actual quality or nutrition. From the outside, it can sometimes feel like money is the main thing holding these massive creator partnerships together. I mean, can you genuinely picture all these dudes hanging out together if there weren't giant businesses and millions of dollars involved? Of course, nobody outside their circle can actually know what motivates their friendships. But when every collaboration turns into another product, promotion, or business opportunity, people are naturally going to question it. And that's where fans get frustrated, because some feel like the same audience supporting these creators is constantly being asked to open their wallets for the next big thing. Initially, I thought you guys were pulling my leg like what happened in 2017, but this feels more real. Sad to see this chapter close this way. Looking forward to what you guys continue to produce. Yeah, and that's exactly why this one hits differently. The way the news came out, the timing of everything, and the reactions from the people involved made it feel much more serious than that old 2017 situation. Instead of another recycled KSI is leaving moment that eventually turns into entertainment, fans saw this as a genuine shift in direction. And for longtime viewers, that's pretty sad. The Sidemen weren't just another YouTube group people watched for a few months. Their videos became part of an entire era of internet culture, and plenty of fans basically grew up alongside them. Another viewer summed up the frustration. I'm a massive KSI fan, but this whole situation has made me lose quite a bit of respect for him. I have grown up watching him and you guys, but you guys deserved way better than the way he's handled the situation. It seems quite disrespectful to me. That reaction shows why the announcement became so emotional for some fans. When you've watched someone for years, especially as part of a group that has lasted this long, you naturally build expectations around loyalty and communication. From the outside, the way everything unfolded looked abrupt and messy to some viewers, leading them to question whether the rest of the Sidemen and the audience deserved a clearer goodbye. Some critics went even further, saying, "The fame has gone to his head, acts like he's bigger than what he actually is." That's obviously an opinion rather than a confirmed explanation for KSI's decision, but it shows just how dramatically some longtime fans have changed their view of the situation.